today we're going to talk about taxes, and it's a very important topic because we can increase cash flow through tax refunds in the mining industry. So every mining company that has operations in Mexico is entitled to reclaim value-added tax back. That's why we're going to talk about value-added tax. So just one sec. Creo que hay un problema con el control. So just one sec. There is a problem with the presentation. No puedo cambiar. Oh. Oh, okay, perfect. There we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about value-added tax. And as I said, every mining company that has operations in Mexico has the right to reclaim value-added tax. So let me talk about a little bit about us. Our firm has successfully got back for mining companies 5.3 million Canadian dollars in the last 6 months. And we currently have pending, with a high degree of certainty, $25 million. So just imagine your company getting this money back. If you are representing a mining company and you're looking forward to increase your cash flow through the tax refund, this is very important information. So we're going to talk about 4 things. The first one will be understanding the nature of the VAT and the most effective way to reclaim it. Then we're going to talk about the necessary documents and information that you need. We're going to talk about timeline, potential outcomes, and courses of action. And lastly, we're going to talk about advantages of reclaiming the VAT and also advantages of hiring someone that is expert for this. So let's kick off with the essence of the tax. So value-added tax, VAT, is 16%, 16%. Every time your company buys a product or receives a service, you have to pay this tax, 16% of value-added tax. So let's say that you're an exploration company, and you haven't generated any income because you are trying to find minerals, and everything is about expenses. 16% of all your expenses are VAT. So let's say if a company just received $10 million as an investment to explore, and they use those $10 million in the last 3 years, or couple of years. Out of those 10 million, 16% went to paying VAT. That means that you have the right to get 1.6 million back. So it's a very good way of increasing your cash flow. On the other hand, if you are an operation mine, that means that you are selling minerals. Every time that you sell your minerals, you issue an invoice, right? And when you issue an invoice, you charge the price of the minerals plus the 16%. So you are collecting the value-added tax. So we will need to do a calculation of how much VAT you pay and how much VAT you collected to see the positive balance. But let's just keep in mind that if the investment that you use for exploration or to become a producing mine is higher than the income that you're generating, there is a 100% chance that you're going to have a positive balance of value-added tax. And on top of this, if you are an operating mine and you're exporting your minerals outside of Mexico, if you export and sell to another country, then you have a 0% VAT rate when you sell it. That means that everything that you have is a positive balance for you. Let's talk about something that is very important, the optimal way of doing it, the right way of doing it. And this is actually the secret to succeed when it comes to tax refunds, because there are 2 ways of doing it. If you are an exploration mine, then you have to do it under pre-operational VAT. If you already have income, you're a producing mine, then you will have to do it under conventional VAT. And this is very important because when you file for a tax refund, you tell the tax authority which one you are using. The tax authority is not going to tell you how to do it. They want you to be wrong. So let's just understand how it works. When you're on an exploration stage and you have no income, the law says that you have to do it on a monthly basis. That means that if you have expenses, for example, this month, May, you will have to file for a tax refund in June. Otherwise, you will lose the right to get that money back. But don't worry, if you represent a mining company and you're looking forward to file tax refunds and you haven't done it and you're at an expiration stage, there is an exception to this rule. And this is the secret, the key to move forward. The government or the tax authorities say like, okay, I'll give you another chance, one last chance. In the month that you start filing your tax refunds, so let's use the example that I just shared, like from the expenses that you had in May, you filed the tax refunds on June, then the law says, or this exception to the rule says, within the same month that you started filing your tax refund, within the same 30 or 31 days of the month, you have to file all the positive balances that you have in the past, and you have to do it like that. If not, then you will lose your money. So this is like an exception. So we understand that we have helped a lot of companies to get money even when they thought that they were not able to. When it comes to conventional VAT, is when you already have income. So you don't have to worry about the rules of the pre-operational process. You can just do it on a monthly basis and you can do it whenever. But it's very important to keep in mind that you have 5 years to file for the tax refund. If you haven't filed within the 5 years, then you lose the money. Let me explain. Let's say that there is a company that was created in 2015, and today they decide to start filing for the tax refund. They will be able to do it from 2019 all the way till today. Why? Because it's 2020, 21, 23, 24. So 2021, 23, 24. You have those 5 business days. Beyond that, you already lose the money that you have. So if you haven't filed your tax refunds and you created your company since 2019 or way beyond, you should start filing your tax refund, because basically you're losing money every minute that goes by. And something that is important or at least for me to share with you, is that the mining companies think that they need to find minerals to have income or to actually become an operational mine. From the tax perspective, you don't have to find minerals. We have represented companies that they lease equipment or they provide geological service. So they generated income even though they haven't found the minerals, and they can transition from pre-operational to conventional, and they can have the benefits when it comes to tax refunds. So let's talk about timeline and potential outcomes. So how does it work is that once you file for a tax refund, the tax authority has 40 business days to issue a resolution. But those 40 business days can be, they can be extended out of 2 requests of information, giving you up to 70 business days. Let me explain. Once you file for the tax refund, the tax authority has 20 business days to request information. And then the company will have 20 business days to reply to that request of information. Then the tax authority will have 10 business days to request for a second time information, like a second request of information. The company will have 10 business days to reply to the second request of information. And then the tax authority will have 10 business days to issue a resolution. So you have the 70 business days. Once you file your tax refund, after 70 business days tops, you will have a resolution from the tax authority. If you hired experts and if the process is being taken care of and everything is up and running and you did all the process complying with the law, the tax authority will approve your tax refund. And within 3 business days, you will get your money on your bank account. You already increase your cash flow and it's tax-free because it's a tax refund. So it's ready to be used. If the process is not being taken care of, you don't comply with the regulations, you don't provide the tax authority with all the information that you need to provide, they can withdraw or deny your request for the refund. If it's being withdrawn, then you can resubmit it, and the 70 business days will start all over again. But if it's been denied, then you will have to go to court to get that money. You will have to fight for it. So it's better to hire someone that understands and actually knows how the process works, just to avoid having to go to court down the road. Just do it right since the beginning and in the right way, so you can get your money within the 70 business days. Okay, let's talk about the necessary documentation and information that you need to file for those tax refunds. There is a lot that I can share with you here, but I'm just going to focus on the main documents that you need. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out after this presentation. In general, what I'm going to say here is that it doesn't matter if you're in an exploration stage or you are a producing mine. What you need are your accounting records, and you already have that because you have to pay your taxes on a monthly basis. So you already have your accounting records. You need documentation to prove the source of your funds. Most of the mining companies have investments, right? You receive money so you can explore and just try to find minerals. You need to prove the tax authority the source of the money that you're using to explore. That it can be out of a loan, for example, or a future increase of capital, or an increase of capital from business partners. So we just need the documentation to say to the tax authority, hey, the money that I'm using came out of a loan. Another thing that you need is proof of transactions with main suppliers. So we need to prove to the tax authority that all the expenses that we had were actually out of buying a product or receiving a service. So we can use invoices, agreements, contracts, whatever we can use to prove the tax authority that we actually had that relationship with our suppliers. And additionally, if you are in exploration stage, like pre-operation VAT, on top of those three things, you will need an investment project because you will need to tell the tax authority, hey, I'm going to invest this amount of money in the next 2 years. So this is what I'm going to be doing with the money that I currently have. And also, you will have to have a technical report. If you are a publicly traded company, you probably have the 43-101. If you have that, we can use that as a technical report. If not, whatever information that you have, like geological information and technical information about your exploration, can be used as a technical report, so we can give that to the tax authority. So in general, this is the information that you need. As you can see, it's information and documentation that you probably already have. There are some other details, but again, you can reach out if you have more questions about this. So let's talk about the advantages of reclaiming the VAT, asking for the refund, and the advantages of hiring experts. The best one is that you increase your cash flow. You get money. Right? Who doesn't like that? So that's the best part of this. Also, you can have like an internal company audit. When you hire experts like us, we will have to go over all your operations. So we will have to understand how the company works. And if we see an area of opportunity or something that can be improved, we will let you know. And this is basically for free because we have to do it anyways, because we are in charge of the tax refund processes. You can exit the pre-operational period. We already talked about this a little, and I explained it that you don't need to find minerals to have income, right? So if you have income out of leasing equipment or geological service or anything, when we file for a tax refund in a conventional VAT instead of a pre-operational VAT, we take you out of pre-operation and we take you to operation from a tax perspective. And it's not just about the money that you're going to get back out of value-added tax. It's also a benefit because once you are in an operation stage from a tax perspective, you're able to deduct 100% of your expenses, which is very important. Because when you're in a pre-operational stage, you're not able to deduct 100% of your expenses right away. So it's not just about getting money, but actually saving money. So this is another benefit that you get. You also will get technical and specialized support. We will take care of everything. Like, we take care of all the process. So our clients that are mining companies, we just ask them to, whatever is needed, just document and information. But all the process and all the work that needs to be done is being done by us. Lastly, or the last point that I think that actually is even better than getting money is that you don't have to make any payment up front. You pay once, you get your money back. That's how we work. So once the mining company receives the money on their bank account, then we charge our fee. So you don't have to pay anything. Basically, there's no brainer here. You get money without spending any, and on top of that, you have other benefits that I just shared with you. So it's very important to understand taxes because it can help mining companies when it comes to increasing cash flow, doing things in a way that is going to be more beneficial for taxes, for saving money. So I wanted to share this information with you. Please let me know if there are any questions or if you have any comments. I don't know if there's still time for Q&A. I think that my 15 minutes are done, but I don't know if someone has a question. Yes? Sí. Sí, es una muy buena pregunta, porque incluso siempre la autoridad, el Servicio de Administración Tributario, nos pide el proyecto de inversión. Es algo que sabemos que nos va a solicitar. No hay como tal una regla o la ley no nos describe cómo es un proyecto de inversión, pero toman como bueno el decirle, mira, recibimos 5 millones de dólares y esos 5 millones de dólares se van a utilizar tanto dinero para drilling, para hacer el drilling, tanto dinero para recursos humanos, tanto dinero para gasolina, para el transporte que tenemos que utilizar. Entonces tú básicamente le explicas qué vas a hacer con tu dinero y más o menos cuánto tiempo anticipas que te va a alcanzar ese dinero. Esos 5 millones me los voy a gastar en un año, o en 2, o en 3 meses. Nada más le tienes que decir cómo es tu proyección. Quieren entender a futuro cómo estás operando y no hay reglas como tal. No sé si contesté tu pregunta. Yo uso mucho los estados financieros cuando las empresas son públicas, porque ahí, cuando son públicas, esto ya lo tienen que hacer, porque tienen sus estados financieros. Cuando son privadas, no es necesario que un contador certificado diga que lo que tú estás diciendo hace sentido. Tú puedes decidir gastar muchísimo en drilling, o puedes ahorrar y buscar algo más barato, y la autoridad no te puede juzgar. Solamente tienes que decirle, tengo tanto dinero y se me hace que me va a alcanzar para esto. Y si llegado el momento necesitas más, le avisas, oye, ya me mandaron más dinero y ahora me lo voy a gastar en esto. O sea, no, es algo flexible, no es algo rígido. Solamente es para cumplir con ese requisito que te da la autoridad cuando solicitas la devolución de IVA. ¿Allá había otra pregunta? ¿No? Any other question? Yes.